All right, we're going to start talking about World War One. I'm going to intro it really quick because this is a lot of stuff that you learned last year. We're going to intro Europe and kind of the sparks to the war. So just real quick overview. So you got the four main causes, main being an acronym so for militarism, alliance system, imperialism, and nationalism. So we'll talk about each one right here. So militarism is a policy of glorifying your military power. That's where you see a lot of parades with militaries just to kind of show how much strength they have and the fact that, you know, our country is better than your country and has a strong military. And it makes people feel very patriotic because they know they're going to be protected. Here's a picture of a military parade. This is in the United States back during World War One, and just shows like the strength of our military, how many people we have, and then all these people are coming out to support the military. Really cool event. Okay, the alliance system is the next, and there have been alliances created in previous decades to prevent war, and these alliances were kept secret. And that's the problem, is that with a secret alliance, people don't know about it. So if I'm England and I want to attack Germany, I may not know that Germany has a bunch of allies that will come in and support Germany. Or if I'm England and I attack one of Germany's allies that I don't know about, then Germany becomes brought into the war, and then all of their allies are brought into the war, and that's how the war can spread really quickly. As I said, Britain and Germany are extreme rivals, and they want to try to get up as many allies as possible to be able to protect themselves from each other. So you can see a little tangled web of alliances. They're all kind of holding hands with each other, and it's kind of really hard to decipher who's with who, and that can create a global war. Next is imperialism. We talked in depth about imperialism, where it's basically we're trying to get overseas colonies. The reason that we got so imperialistic during the time was because these European powers were doing the same thing. We just wanted to keep up. So when you're fighting over different areas, it deepens the rivalries between the powers. So they're kind of vying for land all over the world, and it's really evident in Africa. England tries to take Africa because there's a lot of resources there. France is also taking areas in Africa, so it kind of creates a rivalry there. And lastly, you have nationalism, and nationalism is an extreme love for one's country or ethnic group. Lines of countries are drawn arbitrarily by politicians and by world leaders, and they don't always incorporate all of your ethnic group. And this is really evident with the Germans. Ethnic Germans are located all over the map, and they're not all located within Germany. So they wanted to take specific areas in order to get all the ethnic Germans back in their country. And this kind of makes war a crusade for liberty, and people accept war. Here's a picture of nationalism in today's world, probably at a soccer game. This guy's extreme love for America, obviously. All right, so these four main causes create a ticking time bomb. The rivalries lead to increased tensions. There's a power struggle in Europe, and a small spark should set it off. And you should remember from last year that spark is the assassination of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He's going to become the head of the Austria-Hungarian Empire. Him and his wife had visited Sarajevo in Bosnia, which is a part of Austria-Hungary. Serbia wants to take Bosnia, and so there's like some fighting going on in politically. So Ferdinand and Sophie rode an open car through Sarajevo when this is a picture of him, of the Archduke, when he's assassinated by a man named Gavrilo Princip, and he's a member of an organization called the Black Hand. And it's just a socialist group that wanted to kind of prove their point, and that they did not want to be a part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. They wanted to be a part of their own country, and they wanted them out. So he gets assassinated, and then the police capture Gavrilo Princip, and he's basically killed in jail. He dies of hunger because he's not fed. So the dominoes fall. So these entangled alliances create chaos. Germany supports Austria-Hungary. Russia supports Serbia because of ethnic ties. Germany declares war on France and Russia. That's a really bad idea, something you learned about last year. If you look at Germany, France is on the west side of Germany. Russia's on the east side. It creates a two-front war. That's really going to spread Germany thin. England supports France because it's defending its rivalry with Germany. Okay, and most of Europe's now at war. And that's going to be it for the lecture from today. Real quick, just a beginning, and we'll start talking about what the war was like, and then we'll talk about the war on the home front. So thanks for listening.